Thank you very much, Buona Pies. And thank you, colleagues who are in the cabinet who are here today, permanent secretaries who are here, the participants who I am very pleased to see such a big house full in a warm Mombasa. So to those of you who are not from Kenya, welcome. I have gotten a number of invitations in the past for this conference many years in a row, and I have always declined to attend. On this occasion, I could not skip attending. And so you can guess why that has been the case, but it's a number of things. And part of it is probably I discovered how important the role the ICT board and the whole of this industry indeed plays in the affairs of the country and the lives of a lot of our businesses. I'll spend a few minutes just to talk about three things. I would like to briefly just mention why this, from where I sit now, is important to have a gathering like this and what it means for all of us. Then spend a few minutes about the linkage between innovation and enterprise development, something that I am sure would play a significant role in aligning a lot of other objectives that we are doing as a country, including Vision 2030 and many other opportunities that we are exploring in the country. And then I guess finally, it's just something that I would like to call an appeal or a challenge that I would like to leave with the participants as a way of driving the agenda forward. So, I think just beginning in terms of why a gathering like this, bringing together government players and players from the private sector is important, is an opportunity for the right type of policies to be driven to encourage and achieve the objectives which ICT board in a gathering like this is supposed to achieve. And looking at people in the face, hearing them talk with the passion and the energy they do, would hopefully inform and give us a lot more insights into why we should collectively try and come with the right policies as a way of driving the agenda forward. I guess it's, apart from that, it also provides fantastic opportunities for networking. I have met quite a number of people, young, old, medium-aged, inventors, people who are trying to bring new things into our country. So hopefully at the end of this, we should be able to have met a lot more number of people. But let me spend a bit of time on the link then that I see between innovation and enterprise development, which would play a big role for us as a country. Many people equate innovation to technology and technological advancement. And whilst I think broadly speaking that is the case, innovation is really about trying to do things differently as a way of bringing about efficiency, improving productivity, trying to bridge the gap between the needs of customers or people we are trying to serve and the actual thing that we are doing now. New competition can bring about the need for us to innovate and bring about new things. We have lots of enterprises in our country, big and small. And one of the really exciting and interesting things that many of you would know is innovations to a large extent comes out of the least expected areas. Younger enterprises, new people who have often limited access to finance and manage to actually bring about some dramatic advancement, be it in technology or new ways of doing things. And so many big organizations globally, and I'm talking about huge industries, whether we're talking about computer industry, disk and hard drive industries, pharmaceuticals, mini mills, even financial institutions. A lot of them get exposed to what I will call disruptive technologies and ways of doing things, and all of a sudden it becomes very difficult for them to compete. And so really innovation, technology, advancement is something that I attribute a lot of value to as a way of driving our economy as a whole collectively. And it's for that reason that I think the outcome and the results out of the conference like this is extremely important to leverage on things that have worked in other markets, and I do see a lot of international players here. You know, we don't need, in many cases, try to reinvent the wheel. We can adapt technologies which are not in existence in our place, hopefully at a much lower cost for us to try and actually drive our economy forward. The one other thing that I just want to mention on this particular area is I think a lot of people are looking for ways of competing effectively. And for me, competition is good. It's good for business in the long term because you are not only competing with the 40 million people in this country. That should never be the size of our market. Neither is our market the 100 or so million people we have in East African community. It should be the broader world where we should compete. And the one thing that I feel so proud of as a Kenyan that will drive this issue of competition very well is the capacity of our human capital that we have in this country relative to a lot of our other peers on the continent. And it's something that I am sure we should be able to take advantage of to drive the whole area of innovation collectively to try and see how we can compete in the whole of the African region, but as well also globally. And look, we have technologies here that are of global nature, something that we should try and have many more of those in this country. I guess, finally, what I should then just leave you with is, as I did mention, this is a combination of the private sector trying to drive business innovation and new ways of doing things. And the reason why colleagues from the government are here is to try and see how we can create an enabling environment, the right type of policies that can actually encourage you as the private sector to do a lot more. And so it's a really exciting opportunity. I'm really happy to be here. And I do know that there are a lot of other arms of government who could benefit or contribute to a forum like this. But through our colleague, Dr. Fred, I'm sure some of those linkages could be done. And so I'd like to leave you with an opportunity to actually think a lot more broadly, think radically. You might not be able to get everything that you ask for, but if you don't become aggressive, then you will never get anything. So, and to the young men and women of Kenya who are not here today, to just echo what my colleague Anne mentioned, the opportunity to drive the women and the youth of this country as a way of driving new ways of doing things is something that the government is extremely committed to. And I look forward to seeing a lot of ideas coming out of not only this, but also those people who are not represented here today. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and have a wonderful conference.